Now, what do you do if you have the interview and then a month goes by and you still don't have a notice? There were some notes you sent out from our local chapter meeting. I do a little different. I want to see what you've done in the past for success and when the case isn't just going anywhere. The first, 6 months you might do a lawsuit or something, or a year, but within a month, what was the first thing you do?
So one of the things I now do is at the the end of an interview, if it can't be approved and they continue it for whatever reason, I always ask, officer, should I wait the full 90 days? Do you need a whole 120 days? And sometimes they'll say, oh, give me 2 weeks. I got this, that, the other thing, 30 days.
Yeah.
And so I try to do that early on. So I know I kind of have that inside knowledge that, okay, I'm not going to bother you for 60 days because that's what you said.
Yeah.
In the event they say, don't worry about it. I should probably have this by the end of the week. I say, great. And I make a note of it. And then if nothing happens then, at least locally, I'm always, I think about all of the triage we can do. Do I email a particular a member of the leadership in that office, or is it too early to do that?
Yeah.
Can we go through what's called the InfoPass system to try to follow up in that way? Generally speaking, I try to give enough time to where when I do follow up, I'm not going to be told, oh, you're following up too quickly.
Yeah.
But let's say, to slight variation on your question, let's say there is an issue on the case that I don't think is an issue, and I think it's actually just a misapplication of the law, then I will go to a supervisor kind of directly and try to plead my case very easily and very straightforward.
Is that on the same day or after? What?
I would say with that, I would say pretty quickly. Potentially the same
issue,
day,
yeah.
Potentially the next morning, knowing that immigration in general is busy, obviously, and leadership is extremely busy. The last thing I want to do is bombard them with simple questions or simple issues. So I would really hold on to this type of going up the chain of command for real egregious issues.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the way I play it out. I give a decent amount of time but I kind of got that already. If it's just, oh, we need to continue it and we're sitting on it and 3 months goes by, okay, maybe I'll try to do an info pass.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to go the traditional methods. And then once in a blue moon, if I'm at the office, because I'm there often for interviews, and I see, one of the section managers or one of somebody in leadership from that particular office, I'll ask them kind of right then and there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my style.
And one thing I do if it's a case that should be approved, there's nothing at the 30-day mark, I calendar it, and I just send a simple letter politely, like, let me know if there's anything I can do to move it along. I didn't notice any issues, just let me know. Usually that loosens it up, and in the next couple of days I'll get the email notification from the website that it's been approved. And then at a 60-day mark, I may go to a section chief and then work my way off chain of command. That's in the district meeting emails they send. It wasn't the way they want to do it, but I've seen just a simple letter, as brief as possible. So they just say, "Hey, remember us? Could you move this along? We got to get our life together," kind of thing.
No,
that does it. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think you bring up a very good point. This is a world built on reputation, built on credibility. For both applicants, our clients, as well as us. I think that if you are known to be somebody that has a good reputation, that does good legal work, that tries to get everybody home in time, not really wasting people's time. I think you do have the inside scoop when it comes to dealing with some of these kind of hiccups or if things are jammed up a little bit. And that's why I think it's important that, I tell this to a lot of people, you pay for what you get in our business. And if you're after the least expensive price for, let's say, full scope representation, you just got to be careful because I think you are going to get what you get, right? And I think for seasoned attorneys that have a good track record, that come highly recommended, I think there's a reason for that. And I think that part of that business practice, part of that law office culture, and I know your office has the same type, we really want to never be able to have somebody say something bad about us based on something we didn't do. If anything, I think we pride ourselves on doing our job to the best of our abilities, and then to the side, when it comes to the government, always dealing with them in the most professional and respectful way. Yeah. So that if they do get an email from you, and they're like, oh yeah, and they see, oh, he's emailed me a few times. Yeah. Oh, I remember that case. Oh, I remember this attorney. He looks like this, she looks like that. I think that sometimes is worth its weight in gold. Because as you know, sometimes they just sit there. And cases just, grow mold and nothing happens, right?